Tom Vanderbilt, Beginners, The Joy and Transformative Power of Lifelong Learning. Embark on a journey of self-discovery and continuous learning with Tom Vanderbilt's inspiring book, Beginners, The Joy and Transformative Power of Lifelong Learning. This engaging summary guides you through life's most important and challenging lessons, from embracing the challenges of starting a new skill to the endless possibilities of being a beginner again. Explore how lifelong learning can positively impact your mental health and delve into the world of procedural knowledge. Understand the power of social practice and gain insights into how patience, dedication, and perseverance can help you reach proficiency and expertise in any skill.
Embrace lifelong learning. Journalist teacher Tom Vanderbilt advocates for lifelong learning, highlighting the benefits of being a beginner while differentiating between declarative and procedural knowledge. He emphasizes the importance of exploring new skills throughout adulthood, asserting that such efforts can not only improve mental health but also tap into our intrinsic potential for plasticity that we have, just like children. Like a sudden revelation, Tom Vanderbilt realized that his proficiency in teaching his daughter essential life skills went hand in hand with the fact that he hadn't learned anything new for himself in years. Thus began his journey to rediscover the joys and benefits of being a beginner, diving into activities like chess and surfing. He understood that continuous learning fuels the human mind regardless of age. While everyday actions like reading the news or watching TV supply our brains with new information, this only contributes to our declarative knowledge, the realm of facts and trivia. There exists a different category of knowledge, procedural knowledge, which enables us to perform tasks, such as speaking a foreign language or playing an instrument. As adults, our focus on acquiring procedural knowledge wanes. However, this wasn't always the case. During childhood, our minds were fertile grounds for absorbing procedural knowledge, embracing the world with unadulterated curiosity. Children's innate fearlessness about failing or appearing clumsy and their minds' impressively high neuroplasticity make learning incredibly accessible. In fact, the average 7-year-old has 30% more neurons available for learning than the average adult. Although neuroplasticity decreases with age, adult brains still retain the capacity to adapt and learn. Engaging with new skills in adulthood positively impacts mental health, with studies revealing improved general cognitive test scores among older adults who practiced new talents like painting or composing music. Eager to grow, regardless of age, means exposing our minds to uncharted territory. By embracing and mastering any fresh endeavor, we unlock a renewed potential to learn and grow, just as children do. In the next part, we will examine one such skill, singing. So, keep the curiosity ignited and explore the power of lifelong learning. Remember, it's never too late to be a beginner. Unleash your inner singer. Singing, a skill that often feels elusive, can be learned and improved through practice and dedication. By understanding the mechanics of sound production, such as coordinating muscle movements and breathing, you can view your body as a musical instrument and gradually build up vocal abilities. Embracing vulnerability and engaging with others on the same journey can further unleash the innate singer within you. Humans are naturally drawn to singing, it's almost ingrained in our DNA. Yet many of us lack confidence in our vocal abilities. Take heart, for singing is a skill that can be honed through practice, much like riding a bike or typing. The key to mastering singing lies in understanding how humans produce sound. Air travels through our vocal folds, stretchy muscles inside the throat, and by tightening or loosening them, different frequencies are created, altering our voice's pitch. For instance, an opera singer's vocal folds may vibrate up to 1,400 times per second while hitting a high note. To become a proficient singer, it's crucial to coordinate muscle movements and control breathing. Beginners may find this challenging because they're unaccustomed to consciously coordinating these elements. Don't worry, starting with vocal exercises that help you consider your body as a musical instrument can build this skill. These exercises often include making uninhibited, unusual sounds like doos and ahs. Now, bear in mind that learning to sing can be an embarrassing journey, as many people dislike the sound of their own voice. As a result, they tend to hold back or sing softly, making progress difficult. Successful singers, however, fully engage their bodies in their performances. To improve, it's necessary to step out of your comfort zone and give it your all. Lastly, remember that embarking on this journey with like-minded individuals can be a game changer. Sharing your passion for singing, gaining support, and benefiting from collective growth will ultimately help you unleash the singer within you. So, don't be shy, embrace your inner singer and watch your vocal potential soar. Power of social learning. Known as social facilitation, group activities enhance skill development due to the innate human desire for social bonding. By participating in group activities such as joining a choir, individuals witness their stress levels reduce and oxytocin production increase, resulting in happiness. Furthermore, practicing in groups allows individuals to obtain valuable feedback from others, thus improving skills faster and more efficiently. Imagine yourself wandering through Manhattan's Lower East Side on a Monday night and unexpectedly hearing the 1995 classic Wonderwall by Oasis being sung by a group of people. You come across the Britpop choir at the Clementi Soto Velez Cultural and Educational Center, and you can't believe your ears. This diverse group of amateur singers gathers weekly to revisit UK chart-topping hits from the past by artists like Blur, Pulp, and David Bowie. The magic happens when the choir members harmonize and work together in unison, regardless of their varying backgrounds or skill levels. The underlying message here is that acquiring new skills is most successful when done as a social activity. Developing abilities in a group setting has many advantages in comparison to solitary practice. For example, engaging in communal activities such as singing in a choir fulfills our inherent need for social interaction. The act of harmonizing and breathing together decreases stress levels and increases the production of oxytocin, the hormone linked to happiness. But the benefits of group learning extend further. Practicing in front of or with others helps enhance your performance, as observing others and receiving feedback are key factors in human learning. Singing in a choir allows you to experience both simultaneously, continuously adjusting your voice based on the surrounding sounds. This boost in skills resulting from collaborative efforts is called social facilitation. Its effects are not just limited to arts. Social psychologist Norman Triplett also observed social facilitation in sports. Triplett noted that professional cyclists often achieved their best times when riding together with others. Choirs have always been an essential part of human culture and group activity. If you're keen on refining your skills, consider joining a local ensemble. Alternatively, you can seek assistance from online sources like the Smule app, which connects amateur singers worldwide and allows them to practice together despite being miles apart. Remember, it's okay to not have a perfect voice from the beginning. Learning takes time, and embracing the process through social means will only help you succeed more quickly and effectively. Mastering skills, beyond basics. When learning new skills, rigid adherence to the basic rules isn't enough. Developing expertise requires familiarizing oneself with the pragmatic complexities and exceptions to the norms. This 5-step progression, from novice to expert, is marked by initial struggles, but patience and dedication eventually lead to mastery. The feeling is exhilarating. You've spent hours learning the basics of surfing, practicing hard, and now you're out in the water, confident and eager. As a wave approaches, you follow each step your instructor taught you. Yet, to your dismay, you topple headfirst into the water. You followed the rules perfectly, so what happened? The answer lies in understanding that simply learning the basic rules is just the first step on a long journey. Renowned University of California professors, Stuart and Hubert Dreyfus, devoted significant time to studying adult skill acquisition. According to their research, people typically progress through 5 stages: novice, advanced beginner, competent, proficient, and expert. Moving from novice to advanced beginner, however, can be trickier than it appears. As a novice, you learn the fundamental rules, from how chess pieces move to the standard way of mounting a surfboard. But to become an advanced beginner, you must start applying the rules to real-life scenarios, dealing with the complexities that often undermine your textbook knowledge. Imagine learning a new language, for instance. Initially, your progress might be swift as you pick up vocabulary and memorize grammar. But when conversing with a native speaker, you'll quickly discover numerous exceptions and irregularities, like English learners realizing that the past tense of speak is spoke, not speaked. This first realization exposes the gap between superficial understanding and true expertise. Advancing from novice to advanced beginner can be significantly challenging, leading to frustration and potentially causing people to give up early. For example, only 5% of aspiring surfers return after their first lessons. Despite these initial roadblocks, by remaining patient and dedicated, you can navigate these humps and genuinely improve your abilities. In a nutshell, the path to skill mastery involves much more than learning the basic rules. It demands embracing the unpredictability of real-world experiences and overcoming obstacles, as well as building resilience through patience and dedication. By weathering the storm of the advanced beginner stage, you'll be well on your way to achieving expertise in your chosen skill. Effortless mastery through practice. Riding a bike and juggling may appear to be different tasks, but they share a common learning goal: achieving mastery through practice until the actions become automatic. Scientists find that overthinking can hinder skill acquisition, while observing and engaging in hands-on practice facilitate learning. By building new neurological connections through practice and observation, one can develop the much sought-after muscle memory. Mastery of a skill requires practice until it becomes automatic, and an example of this can be seen in riding a bike. Steering the bike involves leaning in the opposite direction of the turn to maintain balance, an action performed unconsciously by experienced riders. Unconscious actions like these form the core of technical expertise. Juggling provides a similar example, attracting the interest of scientists who study learning. It demonstrates that skill acquisition can be impeded by overthinking. Novices strain to remain conscious of every movement, such as throwing or catching the balls, which can stress the brain. As their skill improves, however, the basic movements occur unconsciously, and their focus shifts to the overall pattern. A critical component in acquiring new skills is a combination of observation and hands-on experience. In an experiment involving beginner jugglers, one group was given a detailed written guide, while another had access to juggling videos. The latter group, which had observed other jugglers and then attempted the task themselves, experienced greater success, highlighting the importance of both watching and doing. Through diligent practice or even attentive observation, one can create new neurological connections that lead to the development of muscle memory. In reality, the brain carries the burden of making these complex actions become effortless. Unleashing your inner artist. Everyone learns how to draw as a child. However, the reason many people feel unable to draw as adults isn't physical coordination, but learning to see the world with fresh eyes. Inaccurate drawings occur because people tend to draw the world as they imagine it rather than how it appears. To overcome this perceptual bias, effective drawing lessons focus on rendering shapes and shadows that students actually observe. As they fill in the details, their drawings become more accurate, and they begin to unleash their inner artist. Google's 2017 most popular search list revealed that many people were interested in learning how to draw, an activity typically introduced in early childhood. So why do so many adults feel unable to express themselves artistically? The answer lies not in physical coordination but in our perception of the world around us. Learning to draw effectively means looking at the world with fresh eyes and capturing it as it truly appears rather than as it exists in our imagination. Untrained artists often struggle with proportions and accurate representations because they rely on their mental images, which are often skewed and exaggerated. For example, the human brain tends to give more attention to facial features, like eyes, and as a result, untrained artists might draw oversized eyes on the top of a face. However, upon closer examination, it becomes evident that eyes are much smaller and placed near the center of the face. A famous study in drawing perception further proves this point. In the study, participants were shown a simple picture featuring two circles connected by a line. They were then divided into two groups and asked to reproduce the drawing from memory, with one group being told that it represented a dumbbell and the other, a pair of glasses. The resulting sketches were influenced by the mental image of the object they were told rather than the original simple sketch. To help artists overcome perceptual biases and master drawing techniques, the key is to focus on what they actually observe. Drawing lessons that encourage students to concentrate on shapes and shadows help stimulate this perceptive shift. Initially, their sketches may appear abstract, but as they fill in details and observe their surroundings more closely, their work becomes increasingly accurate. In essence, unleashing one's inner artist does not hinge on developing exceptional motor skills but rather on refining one's perception of the world. By training their eyes to see with a renewed perspective, aspiring artists can create more accurate and engaging art, tapping into the artistic potential that lies within each one of us. Embrace lifelong learning. Meet Patricia, a 70-year-old retired woman who decided to learn swimming despite being a pack-a-day smoker. Determined, she practiced by watching YouTube tutorials and pacing her apartment. After a year, she swam a kilometer in the Mediterranean. Patricia is a true testament to the power of continually learning and challenging ourselves, regardless of age. Like Patricia, David, a master jewelry maker, embraced the digital world of computer-aided design, opening a whole new field of creativity. In a nutshell, it's never too late to try something new, and life's deepest lessons are earned through pursuing our passions and lifelong learning. Patricia's rich life took a thrilling turn when she decided to learn how to swim. Despite her age and smoking habits, she was relentless in pursuing her newfound interest. By dedicating time each day to practice and improve, she achieved her goal of swimming in the clear waters of the Mediterranean. Patricia's example highlights that no matter our age, we should always strive to challenge ourselves and learn new things. Much like Patricia, David's journey into mastering jewelry making is another example of how the adventure of learning fuels growth. Though already an expert in traditional crafting techniques, David pushed further as technological advancements transformed the world of jewelry making. He immersed himself in computer-aided designs and drafting software, which revolutionized his creative abilities, allowing him to craft exquisite pieces that surpassed his previous limitations. Both Patricia and David demonstrate that learning is a lifelong journey, and by continually starting anew, we can experience the ever-evolving richness of life. Whether that means trying a new sport, adopting a creative pursuit, or exploring a field you're genuinely curious about, the possibilities are endless for curious minds. So, if you ever find yourself stuck in a rut, remember Patricia and David's stories as sources of inspiration. The opportunities for growth are all around us, it's just a matter of embracing these chances and daring to be a beginner again. One could join a cooking class, study a foreign language, or even uncover the beauty of nature through birdwatching. It's never too late to take the first step. As the ancient Romans believed, our entire lives are devoted to learning how to live genuinely. Patricia and David's adventures in learning emphasize the wondrous outcome of embracing personal growth throughout our lives. No matter where you are on your journey, the spirit of lifelong learning promises to breathe more meaning into your world.
Tom Vanderbilt's A Beginners encourages you to never stop learning and discovering new things. Through the book's summary, we have journeyed through the importance of embracing the beginner mindset and its positive connection to mental health. Along the way, we've discovered the value of understanding procedural knowledge, the impact of social interaction on gaining new skills, and the significance of observing others in mastering an art. Finally, we have learned that it's never too late to try something new. Let Vanderbilt's insights inspire you to explore new interests and harness the transformative power of lifelong learning.